Hello and welcome back to Wisdom Warriors. A big thank you to those people who have subscribed to our channel. And as usual, we welcome anybody else who would like to subscribe. Today's video is a plant care video, and the plant that I am going to talk about today is called Kalanchoe. Kalanchoe is a succulent, a flowering succulent, and it comes in all different colors. I have a white one here, which I bought recently. I also have a pink one, which I bought on the same day. So this is what they look like when they are new. Now, they don't require much attention. Because they're succulents, they store water in their leaves. So you've got to be very careful how you water them. You need to let the soil dry out almost completely before you water them. So you can either use a little stick, put it into the soil. If it comes out damp, that means it doesn't need water. If it comes out dry, then it means it needs water. You could also use a moisture thermometer, which is actually more accurate. Now, it comes, as I said, in very many colors, and it's beautiful when you buy it. But after a few weeks, it begins to lose its beauty in that it starts drying up, the flowers start drying up, and it starts to look like this. So the leaves start to look damaged. Actually, I need to remove this one. I need to deadhead that one. Yes, so the flowers start to dry out, and some new ones are actually struggling to come through. As you can see there's some buds. But this one, I would say I'd give it another maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then it will stop flowering altogether. Now, what you want to do is not throw away the plant. Okay, and I learned a really good trick about Kalanchoe a few years ago. When the plant gets to this stage, a lot of people think, well, that's that one done, so I'll just throw that one out. Well, I discovered a few years ago that actually if you give it some more care, it will produce more flowers. And in fact, it will produce lovely, fluffy flowers, not like these ones, which are also beautiful, but they're not fluffy. When I say fluffy, you will see in what I will share with you at the end of the video. I'll share with you one of the plants that I had a few years ago that I put outside thinking that was it. That was the end of its life. And it literally came back to life. So I sometimes call it the plant of life, the never retiring plant that just keeps giving and just keeps going on and on and on. So I've shown you two stages of the plant, the brand new one and the one that's on its way out. The next stage of Kalanchoe would look something like this. The stems continue to grow long. They become a bit floppy, and sometimes you might need to use something to prop them up with, some sticks or some stones. So they look like that. And if you're patient with these plants, they will, as I said before, they will produce new flowers. So that's one there. Then there's this one, which is more or less the same stage, same sort of age. And then there's this one as well. I do have quite a few because I like to buy them and I keep them on my balcony, and they produce beautiful new flowers. Then there's this one, which is a bit older, and you can see that the stems start to become a bit woody like that, but it keeps going. It will still produce flowers even with the woody stems. Kalanchoe is an amazing plant, and it it's not very fussy. It's quite low maintenance. Being a succulent is quite low maintenance. It does like bright light though, so it needs to be positioned in the correct part of the room, whichever room it is in. It likes bright light, but not direct sunlight. The direct sunlight would scorch the leaves, and then it would die off, before its time, really. Kalanchoe can grow in water. This one is actually growing in water, and it has already flowered for me before. I'm waiting for it to flower again. So what I did with this one, I just took off. It's really easy to propagate as well. I just took some cuttings from one of the other ones and stuck them in this little pot with water. And yes, it's going to continue flowering. You can never tell when they're going to flower. They just surprise you. You just see little buds on the top, and then the flowers come out. They don't last very long, but when they do come out, they're absolutely beautiful. So there's that one, and then there's this one which a friend gifted me last Christmas, and it had beautiful red flowers, beautiful red for a festive color, and yes, it keeps going on. So hopefully, I'm hoping that by Christmas it will flower again. So as I said, don't throw them away. I just need to remove this leaf here because it's going brown, and that's no good at all for the plant. So that is that plant. So its life expectancy is actually unknown. They just keep going on and on and on. As I said, they're quite low maintenance and um, require very little water when you need to water them. So let me know if you do have kalanchoes in your house at the moment. When they get to that stage, don't throw them out. Don't disregard them. Just put them outside or put them somewhere inside the house in a corner somewhere. Continue to water it, and it will amaze you. It just keeps going and going and going on. I hope you've enjoyed my little tutorial about the Kalanchoe plant. Um, Let me know what you think about that plant, if you've tried growing it in the past, how it has performed. Let me know if you have put it aside and it starts to flower again after a while. You do have to be patient. They won't flower as soon as you put them outside or aside. It does take time. I think the first one that I had, I think it took almost 2 years, if I'm not wrong. So you need to be patient, but you will be rewarded with some beautiful flowers, which I will share with you, as I said, at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next video, bye.